Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram Ram Hare Hare
जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंदा जय श्री कृष्णा चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंदा श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवसदि गौर भक्त वृंदा हे कृष्णा करुणा सिंधु दीनबंधु जगतपते गोपेश गोपिकांत राधाकांत नमोस्तुते तप्त कंचन गौरंगी राधे वृंदानेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरि प्रिय। वो श्री राधे गोलोकानंद भगवान की
जय।
हरे कृष्णा एवरीवन।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा अजय।
हरे कृष्णा।
हरे कृष्णा नीतू।
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा जय जी।
कृष्णा रवि। हेलो तरुण।
हेलो हरे कृष्णा।
कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा मीना जी। So we are going to start. So we were reading yesterday Cantos 1, Adhyay 10 and Shlok 30. So we'll continue with that. And before that, let's just spend a couple of minutes on, I think yesterday Rinaji had a question on the confidential knowledge. So what is this confidential knowledge and why it is so confidential? And yesterday Rasik Shyam Prabhuji apne ko explain kar rahe the to some extent. Like why this is confidential and only given to the confidential devotees. So I was looking at the Bhagavad Gita chapter 9. So if we actually look at the chapter 9, right? What is the title of chapter 9 Bhagavad Gita? Yeah, it's the most confidential knowledge. Yeah. That's the title of chapter 9 in Bhagavad Gita. This is Bhagavad Gita, right? We are reading Srimad Bhagavatam. But if you go back and refer to Bhagavad Gita, chapter 9 is the most confidential knowledge. So Lord Krishna himself is saying that this is the most confidential. Then he's saying, like, if you look at the text 1, right? Sri Bhagavanu Vach. Idam tu te grihatamam pravakshamyam suyave jnanam vigyan sahitam yajna yatva mokshes ashubhat. So, Bhagavan Sri Krishna is saying the Supreme Personality of Godhead said, my dear Arjun, because you are never envious of me, I shall impart to you this most confidential knowledge and realization, knowing which you shall be relieved of the miseries of material existence. So why this is so much confidential knowledge is because this is going to relieve you from the miseries of the material existence. जो अपन कहते हैं भव बंधन से मुक्त हो जाओगे, that is the knowledge which Lord Krishna is giving, and he is giving to Arjuna because you are never envious of me, right? So if you give it to someone else, so it's like, you know, we have $1 million idea. So you are going to go and give it to whom, right? So you go and you go to your closest friend, hey, I have $1 million idea and I'm going to give it, right? Maybe, so that's on the physical world. In the materialistic world, where we think that way, right? So we go and do. So same thing, right? Where Lord Krishna himself is saying that I will impart you the most confidential knowledge. And then if you just look at a couple of shlokas in that, so then the second shloka says that this knowledge is the king of education, right? So all this education we are taking, right? All the scientific education and all this about the stars and everything else is nothing, right? This is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge. And because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, how do you really know yourself? How do you realize your soul, right? that is the highest education. It's the perfection of religion. It's everlasting, and it is joyfully performed. And then Lord Krishna goes on in this whole chapter where he keeps talking about the most confidential knowledge. And then I was looking at two more shlokas. She's like, if you look at this, whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer or give away, and whatever austerities you perform, do that, O son of Kunti, as an offering to me. So it's like somebody coming and telling us, right? Hey, you do it for me, right? So you are not going to tell it to anyone else. So you are telling it to your utmost devotee, right? So that is how this has been told, and then that's how it has been propagated to the devotees or even simple devotees like us. And then finally, if you see the text 28, no, Shubha Shubh Phale Revam Moksha se Karma Bandhane hai Sannyas Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mamu Peshyasi. So in this way, you will be freed from bondage to work and its auspicious and inauspicious results. With your mind fixed on me in this principle of renunciation, you will be liberated and come to me. So that is why this is so confidential knowledge, that if you dedicate everything to me, right, shubh, ashubh, right, both kind of results, right, you dedicate to me, what will happen? Moksha se karma bandhane hai, right? So you will get rid of this karma bandhan, right? So you get rid of all these bandhans. It doesn't matter what results those are, shubh or ashubh, right? And then vimukto hokar mamu peshyasi. So you will get liberated and come to me, right? So that's what Lord Krishna himself is saying in Bhagavad Gita as a part of the most confidential knowledge. So which has been explained here, which has been explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. Then also, I was looking at one of the explanations by Swami Ram Sukh Das ji, and if you read this, Reena ji, aap hi padhe. You are on mute. आप म्यूट पे हैं रीना जी.
सॉरी अबाउट दैट.
Okay.
यह अत्यंत गोपनीय तत्व हरेक के सामने नहीं कहा जा सकता, क्योंकि इसमें भगवान ने खुद अपनी महिमा का वर्णन किया है. जिसके अंतःकरण में भगवान के प्रति थोड़ी भी दोष दृष्टि है, उसको ऐसी गोपनीय बात कही जाए तो वह भगवान आत्मरागी हैं, अपनी प्रशंसा करने वाले हैं, ऐसा उल्टा अर्थ ले सकता है. इसी बात को लेकर भगवान अर्जुन के लिए अनुसूयवे विशेषण देकर कहते हैं कि भैया तू दोष दृष्टि रहित है, इसलिए मैं तेरे सामने अत्यंत गोपनीय बात को फिर अच्छी तरह से कहूंगा, अर्थात उस तत्व को भी कहूंगा और उसके उपायों को भी कहूंगा. प्रवक्ष्यामि.
Right. So I think this clarifies to some extent what this is all about, right? So luckily, we are reading the Srimad Bhagavatam and the Bhagavad Gita, and at least, we are getting this sense that by doing Swarnam, Kirtanam, by reading this, we can slowly start dedicating to Supreme Lord Krishna. Okay, so we'll continue with our Shlok 30.
Thank you, Vijaya.
So that's a great question, and please free to intervene and give your ideas, suggestions, any point in time. Right? So we have Rasik Shyam Prabhuji joining us now. Hare Krishna, Rasik Shyam Prabhu.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So you just missed our explanation on the most confidential nature. So we were just emphasizing on the fact, whatever you just informed us yesterday, and we are just going through why it's so much confidential. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Yeah. So the Shlok 30, Ravi. Ravi, on mute too.
एतां परं स्त्रीत्वप्मा परेशल निस्तरशोचम शोचन्वत् साधु कुर्वते यासां गृहीत्वा पुष्करलोचनपति नर्वजातपर्येत्याहितभिर्दिस्पर्शनन्. All these women are speciously glorified, their lives despite their being without individuality and without purity. Their husbands, the lotus eye personality of Godhead, never left them alone at home. He always pleased their hearts by making valuable presentations. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. So what is happening here? So Lord Krishna is living for Dwarka, right? So on the rooftop, all these royal ladies have gathered and they are talking about Lord Krishna, right? So while Lord Krishna is departing, they are saying, you know, all these glories about Lord Krishna. Anilji?
एवं विधा गदन्तीनां सगिरः पुर्योषितां निरीक्षणे नाभिनन्दन सस्मितेन यो हरिः. While the ladies of the capital Hastinapura were greeting him and talking in this way, the Lord, smiling, accepted their good greetings and casting the grace of his glance over them, he departed from the city. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So Lord Krishna is one glance for everything, right? All those people are praying to Lord Sri Krishna. He's one glance and then he's departing for Mukesh.
अजात शत्रु कृतना गोपीथाय मधुदृशा परिभय शंकितः स्नेह प्रायुक्त चतुर अंगिणिम. Maharaja Yudhishthir, although no one's enemy, engaged 4 divisions of defense, horse, elephant, chariot, and army, to accompany Lord Krishna, the enemy of the Asuras. The Maharaja did this because of the enemy and also out of affection for the Lord. Hare Krishna.
So for the affection of the Lord, Lord Krishna is departing. Maharaj Yudhishthir, right? He has put 4 divisions of defense, and while Lord Krishna is going to Dwarka. Anilji?
अथ दूरागतान् शौरिः कौरवान् विरहातुरान् सन्निवर्त्य दृढं स्निग्धान् प्रयत्स्व नगरीं प्रिये. Out of profound affection for Lord Krishna, the Pandavas, who were of the Kuru dynasty, accompanied him a considerable distance to see him off. They were overwhelmed with the thought of future separation. The Lord, however, persuaded them to return home, and he proceeded towards Dwarka with his dear companions. Hare Krishna.
Right? So Panduputra are overwhelmed, and I think we read in one of the previous shlokas where it was mentioned that like simple devotees like us, right, we do kirtan and we want to hear it again and again. So here the Pandavas who have been with Lord Sri Krishna for so long, how can they get separated, right? So they are so much overwhelmed with just this thought. But finally they return home and Lord Krishna proceeds to Dwarka. Tarun?
Kuru Jangala Pankalan Sarasenan Sayamunan Brahmavartam Kurukshetram Matsyan Saravatan Atha Marudhanum Atikarmya Sauvirya Bharyogyo Paran Anartan Bhargavyo Pagaha Gak Chatranvayo Mana Vibhu. O Sakuna, the Lord then proceeded towards Kuru Jangala, Pankala, Surusena, the land of the bank of the river Yamuna, Brahmavarta, Kurukshetra, Matsya, Saraswata, the province of the desert and the land of scanty water. After crossing these provinces, he gradually reached the Sauvira and Abhira provinces. Then, west of these, reached Dwarka at last.
Alright, so भगवान श्री कृष्ण
हरे
की
कृष्ण।
जर्नी बता रहे हैं यहाँ पर, और कौन बोल रहा है? सूत गोस्वामी जी महाराज बता रहे हैं शौनक मुनि के द्वारा. शौनक मुनि is the head of all the rishis, right? Gathered at Naimisaranya. As you know, that's where Srimad Bhagavatam is being recited. So you can see, right? So all those places are given, right? Just think about this. Like this is 5,000 years ago, and we still know there is a Kurukshetra, right? There is a Yamuna river. So all those places are still there, right? Dwarka. I mean, even we have the images of Dwarka. Yeah. Nina?
तत्र तत्रत्य हरिः प्रत्युदतार्हणाः सायं भेजे दिशं पाश्चाद्विश्चो गां गतस्तदा. On his journey through these provinces, he was welcomed, worshipped, and given various presentations. In the evening, in all places, the Lord suspended his journey to perform evening rites. This was regularly observed after sunset. Hare Krishna.
Right. So his journey continues to be described, and actually does end the Bhaktivedanta purpose of the first canto, 10th chapter of the Srimad Bhagavatam, entitled Departure of Lord Krishna for Dwarka. Right. So together we have read 10 chapters already, right? So which is so nice. Bolo Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Yeah, and then we'll start with chapter 11. So let's, Prabhuji, want to say anything right now?
No.
Good. Okay, so I think we'll continue with chapter 11. And so chapter 10 was Lord Krishna leaving Hastinapur for Dwarka, and 11th chapter is entrance into Dwarka. Hello, Jitendra. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Would you like to read?
Suta uvacha anartanas uprajya svardhaja padanskunam tamo darparam tesham vishadam shambhinavi. Sud Goswami said, upon reaching the border of his most prosperous metropolis, known as the country of Anarths, Dwarka, the Lord sounded his auspicious conch shell, heralding his arrival and apparently pacifying the dejections of the inhabitants. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, right? So Dwarka Nagri mein sab intezar kar rahe hain Lord Krishna ka. So Lord Krishna, as soon as he entered, he sounded his shankh. Ajay?
स उच्चकाशे धवलोदरो दरो प्यरुक्रमस्य धर शोणिमा दाभ्यमायनम करकज संपुटे यथाब्जे खंडे कलहंसम उस्वनः. The white and fat bowled conch shell, being gripped by the hand of Lord Krishna and sounded by him, appeared to be reddened by the touch of his transcendental lips. It seemed that a white swan was playing in the stems of red lotus flowers. Hare Krishna.
Right. So Sud Goswami Maharaj is describing Lord Krishna's shankh, right? तो जब शंख बजा रहे हैं तो ऐसा प्रतीत हो रहा है कि a white swan was playing in the stems of red lotus flowers. Neetu, would you like to read?
Okay, Jerry, I'll try.
Yeah.
Tama upasrutya nindanam jagad bhaya bhavyavaham pradyuja praja sarva hartu darshan lalasa. The citizens of Dwarka, having heard that sound which threatens fear, personified in the material world, began to run towards him fast, just to have a long desired audience with the Lord, who is the protector of all the devotees.
Right, thank
Hare
you. Right,
Krishna.
so this is how it's being described. The sound, Bhagwan Krishna ka Shankar, what happens with that? It threatens fear personified in the material world, right? And Lord Krishna is the protector of all the devotees. So everyone in Dwarka now knows that Lord Krishna has arrived. So they are trying to run towards him. Yes. Rasik Shyam Prabhuji?
हाँ प्रभु जी। तत्रोपनीत बलयो रवेदिर्विवाद्रिताः आत्मा रामं पूर्णकामं निजलाभेन नित्यदा प्रत्युत्फुल्लमुखाः प्रचोहुर्गदया गिरा पितरं सर्वहृतमवितारं निर्वाकः। The citizens arrived before the Lord with their respective presentation, offering them to the fully satisfied and self-sufficient one, who, by his own potency, incessantly supplies others. The presentation were like the offering of lamp to the sun. Yet the citizen began to speak in ecstatic language to receive the Lord, just as words welcome their guardian and father.
All right, thank you, Prabhu. So as you can see, right, like we have read only 10 chapters, but in 10 chapters, everywhere we have seen Lord Krishna's stuti, right, by different people or different sets of people, right? So we saw, of course, we saw Devrishi Narad describing Lord Krishna's devotion. We saw Sud Goswami Maharaj himself describing Lord Krishna. We saw, of course, Bhishma Pitama. We saw Kunti Maharani. Then we saw just recently in Hastinapur, right, how everyone is reciting and talking about Lord Krishna. And now he's in Dwarka. So what happens? Then the citizens begin to speak in ecstatic language to receive the Lord, right? Namasmati nath sadang dripak kanja pankajam virichya verichya surendra vanditam parayanam chemami hechyatam param nayatra kala prabhuvet parah prabhuha. So the citizens said, "O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the four sanas, and even the King of Heaven. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you." Right? So that's how citizens of Dwarka are worshipping to Lord Sri Krishna. Okay. So I think we have 4 more minutes left. Any comments? Any suggestions?
तो प्रभु जी 11वें चैप्टर में जो अभी हमने श्लोक पढ़ा है, तो इसमें हमको क्या पता चल रहा है? द्वारिका वासियों की आतुरता, भगवान कृष्ण के लिए द्वारिका वासियों की आतुरता, तो हमको भी उसी प्रकार का भाव हमारे अंदर प्रकट करना होगा, तब जाकर के हमारे जीवन की सफलता होगी। इससे यही आतुरता, देखिए द्वारिकावासी किस तरह से भगवान के लिए लालायित है। भगवान उनको पेसिफाई करने के लिए पहले शंख बजाते हैं, और जैसे पता चलता है तो एक तरह से ये इंफॉर्मेशन ही था भगवान का कि मैं आ चुका हूँ, और सब लोग कुछ ना कुछ गिफ्ट लेकर के वहां पर उपस्थित हो रहे हैं। यानी वो गिफ्ट क्या था? एक माध्यम था, मीडियम था उनके प्रेम का, उनके व्यवहार का। तो ये चीज हमको समझना है और अपने जीवन में उतारना है। वो आतुरता एडजेक्ट वर्ड है इसके।
Right. Eagerness to see Lord Sri Krishna. Thank you, Prabhuji. So we'll start Sri Damodar Stakam, and then we'll continue this tomorrow, right? Yeah. We have 3 minutes.
Yuk